guys, how you doing? Trucker G here again. I'd like to talk to you new drivers out there and kind of give you a little bit of advice if I could. Best advice I could give you is be leery of the people that you do get advice from. What I mean by that is you got guys on Facebook and YouTube and all that, and that's what they're doing is they're giving advice to new drivers and trying to help them out. And, I commend them for that. I really do. But what a lot of you guys don't realize is these guys don't have that much of experience either. They're just giving you advice off of what experience they've dealt with. The difference between somebody like me and somebody like them is I made the same mistakes they're making now 20 years ago, 25 years ago. Just depends on how long they've been in the business. Hell, 27 years ago. You understand what I'm trying to say here. At the time that they're giving the advice, everything's going good. And as soon as they see that things are going wrong and they're not doing things quite the way that they should be done, well, then they change their mind. Well, they didn't give you that advice to teach you how to do it the wrong way and a way that ain't going to work. And you listen to that advice, and you guys are learning together. It's a student teaching a student. It just don't make no sense to me. I heard somebody give advice and said, when you go to trucking school, get the numbers down for this. Sorry, I had to laugh. Get the numbers of the students there and keep in contact with them, which is all great. Don't get me wrong. But they said keep in contact with them in case you have any questions. Why are you going to ask another student a question? It don't make no sense to me. There's so many other people out here with, a vast array of knowledge and experience to ask these questions to. But new drivers, a lot of times they tend to want to ask other new drivers. And I get it. A lot of it's because they don't want to get made fun of by an experienced driver. Well, if that experienced driver's making fun of you, well, you didn't want his advice anyway. So that's really not an excuse. Make educated decisions. And it's kind of hard to get an educated decision when you're getting your advice from another student. I've heard of advice on the internet. Basically, it's somebody that has a year's worth of experience, and they're telling people, new drivers, that after 3 months, forget going company, just lease a truck. It makes you're stupid if you drive company because you're making that company's truck payment. Yeah, I can kind of understand where they're coming from on that, but they're not looking at the risk. If you're learning how to swim, would it make a whole lot more sense to jump in the shallow end where you can touch in case you sink than to jump in the deep end where you can't touch? A lot of it just don't make sense to me, guys. Really be leery of the people that you're getting advice from. Some of the advice I hear on here, I cringe when I hear it. I really do. Yeah, it's bad. It really is. I kind of got dumbfounded at a loss for words because I've heard a lot of it, and I really don't want to call nobody out as far as what advice has been given and who's given it. I've seen people with only a year's experience telling new drivers, start a fleet of trucks after a year. You'll make all kinds of money. But what they're not telling you is they're not telling you about the risk. Why aren't they telling you about the risk? Probably because they don't realize exactly what the risk is. If you got a whole fleet of trucks, and you might have drivers for them. Maybe you do. Okay. But what if one of them drivers quit? Well, now you're stuck with another truck payment on a truck that ain't bringing in no kind of revenue. Let's say the second driver quits, and you got 2 drivers down, you have 3 trucks. Now you're making 2 truck payments, and only 1 truck that's making any kind of revenue. It does not make sense. Take it slow. 1 truck at a time. Learn the business. Drive company. Learn the business. All right? If you want to be an owner-operator after that, educate yourself. And ask questions. Learn business. There's so much into it. I know you're going to say, gee, I've seen your Facebook and you promote chasing the dream and you promote success, and I do. I really do. But if you're going to chase that dream, make an educated decisions in order to chase that dream. All right, well, I'm going to get out my soapbox, and I'm going to crawl back in bed. It's been a long night. Y'all be safe out there.